I believe this is the 4th series part of this whole reading that I got over the weekend. And again, if you didn't watch the ones before, you got to start with Uninvited. And then Winner Takes It All. And then Past Lives. Past Lives? Oh, Past Lives and Breathe Me from Sia. And this song is If I Could Be Where You Are by Enya. Now, where is it? What did I write here? Time keeps us apart, darkness of my dreaming, the light of you will stay and bring you back home, find you, sign, roads, road follow, bring you back home, yourself after the breaking. So in the last part, we were talking about breaking. Now, I pulled out my Witch's Oracle because I felt like I should. And the bottom card was like glowing to me. But then there were 2 cards that were, again, a different direction. And I promise you, I do not put my cards back. I have like my own little ritual that I do with my cards after doing a reading because of all the information that Spirit gave me through the cards. I give a lot of gratitude. So I do not put them back in an unhealthy manner, okay? But the first card that was on the bottom is the Magical Candles. Now these, it's almost like your 3, right? So it's your, let's see if I'm doing this the right way. No, this way or that way? I don't know. Either way, 1, 2, 3, okay? Number 1 is your ancestral blockages. Number 2 is you. Number 3 is the blockages being broken. So this is a beautiful set of light showing that you, because of everything that you've been through and what broke you is what built you. Remember that. What broke you is what built you. Because that was one of the cards that was facing the other way in the entire deck. Triple Goddess. Another 3. The cycle. You know how they say things come in 3s? This was the 3rd test with this blockage specifically. And you passed. And you got to a point where you knew what you were going to tolerate and what you were not going to tolerate anymore. And because of that, it cleansed your spirit. It cleansed your space. That's why if you go back to the first reading with Uninvited, remember all that stuff was happening to you and then you were coming home every day, right? So all that energy and all that was being brought into your home, and not on purpose, but that's what it was doing to you. Cleansing your space. That is breaking the blockage. Now this song is beautiful. I don't know if you've ever heard it or not. I also saw recently that people who listen to Enya are people who are like into the cottage lore and witchy and fairies and unicorns. I'm for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I've reached my cottagecore point in my life. I like to wear long maxi dresses with the sweater and all that, boots. I'm there. I just need the hat like Stevie Nicks and I'm good to go. So anyway, getting off topic. Humor is important here, clearly, because that's what they're making me do. Where are you this moment? Only in my dreams. You're missing, but you're always a heartbeat from me. I'm lost now without you. I don't know where you are. I keep watching, I keep hoping, but time keeps us apart. Is there a way I can find you? Is there a sign I should know? Is there a road I could follow to bring you back home? Winter lies before me, now you're so far away. In the darkness of my dreaming, the light of you will stay. If I could be close beside you, if I could be where you are, if I could reach out and touch you and bring you back home. Is there a way I can find you? Is there a sign I should know? Is there a road I could follow to bring you back home? That whole song resonates. Whole song. Not just some of it, not just a piece of it, not just the word. The whole song. Remember in the third reading, I talked about how you broke and that pushed you, right? And that's where this starts. This is literally like puzzle pieces, the way that this reading came to me. It's insane. And it can't, 4 pages worth I had to write. This here, okay, this card is representing that song is not just you within yourself. Your ancestors and your spirit team, because they had to step back and allow you to face this 100% without like full guidance from them, because they always guide us. It's just sometimes they have to step away and say, okay, let's see what she does, or let's see what he does. Let's see how he handles this or how she handles this. The cat. Now the cat, to a witch, a black cat especially, is their person, okay? They're part of their spirit team. They were 100% with you through all of this, but it hurt them to sit back and have to let you go through it. It really did. And I also see a lot of, it's not just like your spirit team, your gods, goddesses, whatever you believe, because there is no judging here and there is no hate here. What you believe is what you believe. That's what I encourage you to follow. That's what I encourage you to base your faith upon. Nobody has a right, and I don't care who you are, but when it comes to my readings, you believe whatever you want to believe. You are allowed to do that, and nobody should be allowed, and I don't allow it, for anybody to say, oh, well, you talked about Hecate, or you talked about God, or I'm putting that out there now because what you are drawn to in your belief system, in your faith, that's what you follow. There is no judgment here. No judgment whatsoever. I support all of anybody's belief system. If that's what helps you and that's what you believe, then you fulfill that. I am 100%, that's how I am. So that's why I say God, gods, goddesses, because everybody's different and you're allowed to be, and that's the whole purpose, is everybody to be different. So, getting off track, but your spirit team was talking to you and they had to step away and kind of like just let you do it from there, because there was a lesson to be learned, because this was the 3rd time that this has happened to you, and everything will come in 3s. I 100% believe that. So this was like your, in a sense, your final test, hoping that you would pass it. But if you didn't, yes, you would, in a sense, repeat it again, but it would just be a totally different situation. But this 3rd time of you literally breaking down like that piece of glass, like I said, it brought you to this. You were searching for yourself at that point because it was so quiet in the background. You felt them there, your spirit team and your ancestors, but you weren't getting any responses. So you had to search within yourself for yourself. Well, with the next card, I definitely got confirmation because it is the Hag. Now, in folklore, the hag is represented as some scary, evil person, right? And this is you. And this is what has happened that broke you, was this evil person, okay? Not good-hearted person. However, with the hag, now again, with the two-sided, I'm seeing it both sides. You have the one who, this is representing the person who broke you, but it's also representing, with a hag comes the wisdom. Because they're so old and have been through so many different things and trials and tribulations, you have grown in wisdom. Because you were looking for yourself. You were looking for a sign. And I feel that, I'm going to say last summer was when some signs came to you. And you first saw it and it stopped you. And it stopped you because you were more wiser and you were coming closer to finding yourself. There were certain things that happened to you. And you took it as a sign, okay? Like, okay, this is a sign. What is this? But you didn't really know how to take the sign because you were mixed up with your emotions and different feelings. So, of course, you're going to take, what resonates in that moment based off of how you feel. But that doesn't mean that's what it was for. So, you, instead of picking up those pieces of glass and trying to put them back together, this is the lesson that was learned. This is old. Always be a part of me. And if I ever need it again, I know that that's a part of me. I can use that. However, it's time for new. So now those broken pieces of glass, you've cleaned up, you've thrown away, give back to earth. However, in the same sense, you replace that with something new. More, I don't want to say shiny or anything like that, just new, just pretty and new and brought you joy. Okay? Whoa, don't be jumping like that. The Banshee. It doesn't matter what path you're on. Every timeline that you have been through that made you who you were in that moment, those are literally, that's why this message is coming in like puzzle pieces. There are puzzle pieces to your life. Every little bit of you, every different kind of you makes you who you are. So it's not that you're throwing it away and letting it go. You are throwing it away, but giving it back. So, okay, thank you for, this mentality at this time in my life, that time in my life. However, she's no longer needed anymore. Look, the witch's hat. You found the new version of yourself during this breaking, okay? And before I was even able to shuffle these, I happened to look at the bottom, and this definitely resonated 100%. Making waves. Momentum is building. It's your time. Achievement. It's so sad. God, my stomach. Do you hear it growling? It's sad what you've been through. It's never easy for anybody to sit back and listen to something that broke somebody, legitimately broke somebody. It's horrible. It's horrible that another human being would do that to somebody, whether it be in a relationship, a friendship, or even just somebody that you cross paths with. Like, how could you even bring yourself to do something like that to somebody? It's beyond me. Honestly, it really is. What are you being called to create? Well, you know what you're being called to create. Into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, and facing your fears. This brought one of your fears that you didn't know you had, okay? Because this is all coming together, was yourself. Who are you? I see the Alice in Wonderland caterpillar. Who are you? Maybe that resonates, Alice in Wonderland. Mortar and pestle. You are the creator of yourself. Sounds silly, but think about it. You're given these opportunities, these paths to go down, okay? Oh, the owl. Again, with the wisdom. Also, the ability to see through the bullshit. Owls can see amazing at night in the darkness, okay? This was you finding who you truly are now in this timeline. Every personality that you were throughout your life in the different timelines was always you. But the timelines have shifted. Things have changed. People have changed. The lack of respect from one person to another, or a lack of, being honorable in a relationship, whether it be a friendship or a relationship, that has gone down the tubes, okay? And you are a very old-fashioned soul. You're like, no, I am not going to allow any of this to get to me and change who I am. I'm not molding for other people. I'm not doing it. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be the authentic me. And that's how it's going to stay. Authenticity. Now, you're always going to be respectful because that's just who you are. You're a respectful person. But you are not allowing people to come in your space and be fake to you, or to bullshit you, or to try to pretend, because that was the old you. You kind of just allowed people to say what they wanted, but not this time. Not this time, my friends. Why? Because not only did you find yourself, but you also found your connection. You realized, even in the darkest times, that you were never alone. It felt that way, but you were not alone. And the tears that it caused you, the dropping to your knees and praying that it caused you, that was all seen, that was all heard. And trust me when I say that it wasn't just your tears that were shed because of the sadness you were going through. This hurt your spirit team and your ancestors to have to see you go through this. But they knew that this was going to put you in a situation where you are finally at peace with yourself because you found yourself. I don't even have any more words. I don't. I have no more words. Let's see. Kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. That is you. And because that's who you are, even though you've been through shit, you're being rewarded. Cleanse your house. Watch those other videos. It'll help you. Peace. Love you.